Do you like hitting things? The bap, the thwap, the bonk,
Bonk!
the plonk. As an avid plonker myself, I feel it is my God-given right to bestow the grand knowledge unto you on how to bop a man effectively. Just as Prometheus stole fire from the gods and gifted it to man, I too shall pass on the forbidden knowledge. What's poppin' beat? Milgo here, and what the heck is an IPPON?
IPPON. Noun. A full point scored in judo, karate, and other martial sports.
Okay. Cool. I'm sure you all know this by now, but today we're going to be looking at how to use this elongated soccer bopper in Ninjala. But something to briefly mention before we start is, according to YouTube analytics, 91.7% of you watching this are currently unsubscribed. So if you like what you see, feel free to sub and hit that bell to stay notified when I post new content. Or check out my other Ninjala videos if you're interested. So with that out of the way, let's get into the weapon guide. Something to keep in mind when using the IPPON Katana is that it's basic, and that's not a bad thing. It is a great starter weapon, and for that reason, it is the primary weapon used throughout story mode. In the way of stats, it has 300 HP and 100 speed. The IPPON Katana's attacks are quick, usually involving a slash or sweeping motion with the blade. Overall, it does a moderate amount of damage. But before we look at its kit, let's go over the basic moveset. Its standard attack is exactly what it says on the tin. It's a standard attack, but it's out of that simplicity that allows for good combo potential under whatever other attack the situation calls for. The back attack allows you to teleport behind your opponent and attack them from behind. This is good for momentarily disorientating your target, and creates a good opportunity to use your strongest basic attack. With the wide attack, you spin your weapon around similar to the spin attack from Zelda. If you're surrounded, the wide attack is also good for damaging multiple enemies at once. Or, you know, just doing quite a bit of damage in a one-on-one fight. Because of the power of the wide attack, your opponent could end up with some knockback if they're not knocked out. Knockback can also happen at the end of a combo. While they're getting pushed back, they have the opportunity to press ZL and block. If they are blocking, they'll be frozen in midair for around a second before being able to move again. And if you attack your opponent while they're blocking, you will go into a parry and be forced to play into what is essentially a game of rock, paper, scissors. Wide beats back beats standard, and standard beats back. There's also a fourth option if you're stuck in a parry. If you have enough S energy in your little gum gauge, you're able to press L and break free and escape. You can also use L to dodge at any time, provided you have the energy, but keep in mind this is intended for close range combat. For escaping, use the gum dash instead because it goes further. A lot of people don't know this, but there's actually a third option what to do if you're faced with a blocking opponent. That isn't waiting or attacking. By pressing R, you're able to dash into them and break their block, along with their weapon, rendering them completely defenseless until they can craft a new one. If your weapon is broken, all you can realistically do is try and get out of range and get your weapon back. As the breaker, it is your responsibility from preventing the breakee from rearming themselves. And that's about it for the basics. Let's get into the IPPON Katana's more unique skills. For its gum shoot, it has Gum Launcher, the most basic of ranged attacks. You blow a bubble that slightly homes in on your target, but can't really do any sharp turns. If you're able to hit your opponent twice with these bubbles, they will be encased in gum and unable to move for a period of time. This opens them up to tons of free combos and easy potential IPPONs. Its special is Charging Slash, which can be used for both an attack and for utility. Similar to the Gum Dash, it propels you forward quickly, so it can be used as a movement option in a pinch. However, unlike the Gum Dash, it does do damage when you come in contact with an enemy, so you can use this to your advantage to either set up or end combos. Charging Slash is also great for closing the gap between yourself and an enemy. And finally, for its Gum Ninjutsu, it's the Ninja Tornado. Unlike other Gum Ninjutsu, the Ninja Tornado doesn't guarantee kills. It'll only do about half damage to your opponents. Its primary use is for crowd control in contested zones like the bridge in Eagle City and the center in WNA Academy. The Ninja Tornado also has a lot of knockback, so it's difficult to use to set up combos unless you're near a wall, and doesn't have much killing potential. It can be used situationally. One big downside though that you have to keep in mind is that if you're in the air when you use the Ninja Tornado, you will not be able to hit anything currently on the ground and will be stuck in midair until it ends, which can potentially make you miss your target and leave you now vulnerable when it's over. Now for passive abilities. Every weapon in Ninjala gets 2 passive abilities. For the IPPON Katana, its first is Chakra. Chakra resets the cooldown on your special whenever you get a knockout. And its second ability is Kamikaze. This ability only comes into effect once you've crafted your big weapon. Kamikaze ups your already good movement speed whenever you get a knockout with your special or with your gun ninjutsu. Passive abilities are important to remember because people tend to forget that they have them most of the time, and they can end up being really useful if the situation calls for it. And that summarizes just about everything you need to know about using the IPPON Katana in Ninjala. If there's anything you feel I left out, let me know in the comments and feel free to leave a like. If this guide helped you in any way, upping your Ninjala gameplay, why not check out some of my other videos? Well, that'll be it from me. Until next time, Mill go out. Peace.